Hi, this is Keith Shabbat, your friend in the mortgage business, and today we're discussing radon evaluation. Below there's going to be the most common questions asked by our clients about radon evaluation. What is radon and where does it come from? Radon is a decay product of uranium. A simplified version of the breakdown process follows. Radon 222 is a radioactive gas that is released during the natural decay of uranium, which is a naturally occurring element found in varying amounts of rock and soil. Radon gas is odorless, tasteless, and invisible, and cannot be detected by the human senses. As radon 222 decays, it emits alpha particles, which can damage lung tissue and have been linked to causing lung cancer in humans. What are the health hazards of radon? Radon is known human carcinogen and has been identified as the second leading cause of lung cancer, second only to smoking. If enough alpha particles from radon and radon decay products are inhaled, they can cause physical and chemical damage to the highly sensitive stem and basal cells of the human lung. The relevant damage here is to the DNA molecules of those cells, which compose of the genes that control the activity of the cell. Damage to the DNA can cause the mutated cell to multiply rapidly and uncontrollably, a condition we call cancer. What types of devices are used to measure radon? There are several devices and methods used for detecting and measuring radon. There are passive devices, such as charcoal canisters, electric ion chamber detectors, charcoal liquid scintillation devices, and alpha track detectors, which do not rely on separate power supplies. There are also active devices which require a separate power supply to operate. These include continuous radon monitors and continuous working level monitors. Where is the instrument placed to measure radon? The radon devices should be placed in the lowest livable area of the house, including an unfurnished basement, unless otherwise requested by a client. A radon test should not be performed in a basement or sub-area that could never be finished without first having to perform a major structural changes. The test should be done in a room that is used regularly, but not in the laundry room, bathroom, or kitchen. Why do you test for radon in the basement when I don't live in the basement? The EPA states that testing devices should be placed in the lowest level of the home suitable for occupancy. This means testing in the lowest level currently lived in or lower level not currently used, such as a basement, which a buyer could use for living space without renovations. When can I get the results of my radon test? Well, when you decide to choose whoever you're going to be using for your radon test, most of the times, these tests can take anywhere from 5 to 7 business days once they are done, and this depends on unforeseen circumstances. From whom do we get our test results? Well, depending on who you decide to choose for your radon test, it will be done within about 7 to 10 days once they have the radon test done. They'll be giving you a hard copy, which you'll be able to look at to find out whether or not you have radon in your home. Can you tell me the radon results when you pick up the machine? Well, when a continuous monitor is used for radon testing, the test data is transmitted back to their main office for evaluation and quality assurance review. The standard turnaround time, though, even if they have a radon continuous monitoring test done in your home, it still is going to be about 5 to 7 days. And the reason they give this is in case there's unforeseen circumstances. What happens if the radon level is high? Well, the current recommendation of the EPA is to mitigate if the radon test results show a level of 4 picuries per liter or higher. It is preferable that if the radon problem has been detected, the problem be taken care of prior to placing the property on the market. In today's market, it is very likely that a buyer is going to request that a radon test be performed, and if any problems with the radon are discovered, they will request that the problem be rectified before continuing with any purchase plans. Now, what I've done here is I've given you guys a graph of where you can see if radon is coming into your home, and you'll notice all of the red arrows are showing where radon can be done from. You'll notice on the left hand side here you'll see bedrock, you'll notice fractured bedrock, you'll notice soil, you'll notice well water, you'll notice fittings that come into or out of the home. Radon can be done through the groundwater, can come through your sump pump, cracks in the foundation, windows, and as well as your shower. Now, if you have radon, how do I get rid of it? Radon in the ground is drawn indoors by the pressure differential between the inside, which is the lower pressure, and the outside, which is the higher pressure, of the house or dwelling. Radon reduction methods fall into two basic categories: prevention of radon entrance into the dwelling and removal of the radon once it has gotten into the dwelling. Sealing the cracks and other openings in the foundation is the first step of most radon reduction methods. However, this should not be considered the only step necessary. Sealing cracks and openings is most effective if it is used in conjunction with other mitigation techniques. One of the most popular methods of mitigation is known as subslab depressurization or suction. The subslab depressurization method removes the radon-laden air from beneath the foundation and vents it to the outside of the house via a pipe, which has one end installed through the foundation into the gravel below and terminating the other end outside of the shell of the house. Another method is known as submembrane depressurization, and it is used more in sub-areas, basements, crawl spaces that have dirt floors. This method uses a plastic vapor barrier through which the bottom end of the mitigation pipe is run. Yet another method is terminate the bottom end of the mitigation pipe into the yellow or the hollow core of the block foundation wall. This method is also known as block wall depressurization. How much does mitigation remediation cost? The actual cost of radon mitigation or remediation depends on several factors, including the age and style of the dwelling. The cost to have a contractor install a mitigation system can vary from $500 to as much as $2,500 or more. We have found, with all of the inspections that we've done, the average cost of mitigation is about $1,200. How does a radon mitigation system work? A slab depressurization system works by bypassing the negative pressure inside the house using a continuous air channel that runs from an area beneath the basement slab or sealed crawlspace vapor barrier up to and through the finished basement roof line. This area channel usually consists of the largest diameter PVC piping that will fit inside of the finished wall, usually about 3 inches in diameter. Somewhere along this piping you will have a continuous running, electrical driven fan that creates a negative pressure in the subslab area and pulls the radon contaminated air through the house without it getting into the breathable air. A common place for radon exhaust pipes to be installed is in the sub pump pit. If there is no sub pump pit in the basement area, a section of the basement slab will have to be removed from the bottom of the pipe to be installed. Now, this is Keith Shabbat, your friend in the mortgage business, discussing radon evaluation. Thanks again.